Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. Got a video today from Man Reacts. The wall gets taller and harder for modern women every day. Please extra them below. Really appreciate that. Let's get that chow time.
The wall gets harder for modern women every day.
Being in your late 20s is so hard. I've seen a few people talk about this and just kind of the loneliness of your late 20s, and especially people who are kind of in this middle stage of, hey, I'm not married, don't have kids, not in a relationship, but I'm also not going out.
I already have one issue with this video. If you're going to do a TikTok and you're going to do it in your car, why put the phone in a position where this freaking steering wheel is covering half your video and you are off in the corner of your video? Just saying, I don't know, but women do whatever they want.
Every weekend, I spend a lot of my time by myself. I live alone. I come home from work, I go to the gym, I spend my evenings alone. And on the weekend lately, I feel like I've been so exhausted that all I want to do is like spend time by myself. And I'm struggling with questions about
Welcome
work.
to adulthood.
You know, am I passionate about what I'm doing? Am I good at it? Should I be traveling right now and not working? Or should I be trying to work remotely so that I can travel? Like,
That doesn't even make sense. This whole traveling and wanting to live your life to the fullest and not work, it just doesn't work that way in real life, guys. Men or women, we have to work. We live in a capitalist society, as bad as it is, but it's also great. We get to achieve things through our own hard work. Yes, there's nuances to it, but at least you can make something of yourself. A lot of other countries, you just can't.
there's just all these things that I think I would like to experience, and it's hard to know, well, when am I going to experience those things?
Many of these older men are now the only ones left on the market because they already have children and marriages.
Yeah.
If these men are divorced, they likely already have children, and they might want a second wife. Some mid-30s
People ask me a lot if I have children. Just because I'm 30, I'll be 38 this year, and I was married for so long. Everybody like is tripping out on me every time. Oh, wait, you were married for 12 years and you don't have children? No, not really. But most men in my age bracket that have been married for so long usually do.
women don't want to accept this. They claim that only older men are looking at them, and they find it repulsive. These same ladies spent their 20s hopping from one fling to another,
Yep.
and now they're confused about what happened. They didn't anticipate finding themselves in this situation, and things weren't supposed to turn out this way.
Can someone explain me here in Melbourne how to date? I'm completely lost. I have a date with a guy. I just had a date with a guy. We just drink one glass together. We had a super good conversation. The guy is really interesting. The first sight, sorry, it was definitely not my type, but really charming. And I'm interested in him. And I don't know if I interest him or not. He just told me, I'm sorry, you're freezing, I will let you go back home. I'm so happy to meet you and we'll keep definitely in touch. But I really have to take that call from London because he's working for a big firm. And I don't know if I will have some news.
So the man works for a big firm. Sounds like he's very, very well off.
Or not. You know, in France, when you're dating someone,
Many of them find it shocking that men select women rather than women selecting men. It's challenging for women to accept that they aren't being pursued in the same way they once were, since the natural order of relationships has been turned in favor of males. Only a small percentage of guys who have been physically burned by women have an understanding of the plight of women in their 30s, are now the men they choose to date, instead of the entire male side of the human race.
Okay, so I've been on Hinge on and off for about a year now, and every time I jump back on, it's the same people. And you know, I see you, you see me, we're probably not compatible, and that's
You see the same people on Hinge? I thought once you don't like somebody, it goes away. Does it bring back the same people?
cool. But I feel like Hinge and dating apps should have like this end of the year party where all of us who haven't found a match can just meet up and have fun, party, chat about
Why?
I don't know, like something to celebrate, right?
Why?
What do we think?
Little does she know it's actually a party like that. I had to search extra hard for this video. They was acting like it's the Krabby Patty formula or something, but I was able to get the video. Take a look.
It's even worse for women who have an obsession with having babies. They don't care how they can get one because they want a child so desperately. They will sleep around unprotected and claim to be taking the pill when they are not.
I mean, look at all of the big actresses like Vivica Fox and everybody, and wanting to have babies on their own. What was that one other lady? I forgot her name, but
I met a man who had 3 children in 3 years with 3 separate women, all of whom claimed
Three
to
by
be
three?
taking the pill. He is currently supporting 2 children and residing with the lady who gave birth to his 3rd child.
ouch.
I used to believe that once their friends started having babies, a lot of ladies my age would start having children as well, especially in the group of individuals I hang out with. Many of my female friends who are in partnerships and are in their mid-30s have decided against having children at all. A lot of the ladies in groups of 10 to 15 who hang out together choose not to have children.
Those 15 women are going to be the most miserable, most outrageous, disgusting women in their later ages. They're going to be just so downright evil.
There's a reason why I say when a man hurts, he truly does hurt. And not a lot of women are aware of the fact that they have this much of an impact on a guy when they hurt them. Like, guys are very good when it comes to hiding their emotions.
Damn
'Cause,
right.
you know, guys are taught to not really show them. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that they're non-existent, okay? It's still there. It still hurts. And if anything, I think a guy hurts worse than us females because of how much they hold in. And it
I can
hurts
agree
even
with
worse
that.
when a female fucks them over or breaks their heart. Listen, you want to talk about heartbreak? Watch a guy go through shit like that. I kid you the fuck not. That shit, it breaks my own heart having to see a guy go through that. And it's because
Shit, it breaks my heart as a fucking cold, dead heart that I have when I see other men going through the shit that I went through similarly, or just going through the shit that men go through when it comes to women. It hurts. It hurts because I was in their shoes. I was just as dumb as them. I was just as clueless as you guys when everybody was in those positions. And it sucks. It's wonderful now that we have YouTube, we have these platforms, we have channels like mine and, you know, everybody else's. Now men are starting, like, as soon as something happens, they can come to the internet. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And they're slowly coming into red pill, even if they're not fully ready for red pill. And I always say this, most men are not fully ready for red pill until they've hit that soulless rock bottom in their life when it comes to women. Then they absorb red pill like it was fucking water.
Because when a man loves you, he loves you with his entire heart, his soul, his mind, his being. And when he gets fucked over by somebody that he gave everything to, y'all don't realize how deeply that cuts him. Like,
Due to the fact that these 35-year-old ladies are still partying and clubbing as they did in their 20s, the few women who did have children are no longer accepted into this particular social circle. I find it revolting that women go to cougar clubs in an effort to meet 25-year-old males.
I didn't know there's
Most of these 25-year-old males only worry about getting laid, which severely undermines the self-esteem of many women. However, they don't seem to give a damn. They want to continue the party for just a little bit longer before they reach middle age, because they need the attention of young.
That is women, man. Women in their 30s and 40s. I even know women in their mid 40s that dress just like that, dress just as slutty, still want to go to clubs, still want to go do these things. They just want to relive that glory days. It's pretty much high school all over again for a lot of the high school people, where their best lives, their best moments in their life was in high school. They peaked in high school. And women peaked in their 20s. So they just want to relive their 20s constantly.
Handsome men.
If
Which
you
they
are
can't.
single and you are in the dating marketplace at that time, when that happens, say you're 37, 36, 38, 40, whatever it may be, and you are still on the hunt for that man, and you hit the wall and you can see in your face that you are no longer the face that you were at whether it was 30 or 35 or 25, whatever it is, you are going to be panicked, because now you know that you are going to compete with women who are younger, who are largely more fertile, not always, but largely speaking, yes, who have that youthfulness to them, who have that estrogen, progesterone, whatever the hormonal balance is that makes someone young, it's there and you're losing it. And you become hyper aware of that. And that is why women begin to panic.
Many women in their early 30s have more than 20 years of proven success catching men's attention. Men have and always will desire to date women in their prime, even when they are as young as their early 20s or as elderly as their 50s and 60s. Many women have told me tales of how, when they were in their mid-20s, shady 50-year-old guys would hit on them, and that, when they were 25, high school boys would try to get them to go out on dates with them. In this sense, the world is our oyster, but not the world of the woman. This is due to the fact that women reach their adult potential in their 20s, and after that, their value begins to drop.
I think I finally get what men mean when they say hitting the wall. I think I have hit the wall because I no longer see a reason for dating. It's pointless. I don't need any more friends. I don't have enough time for the friends I have that I actually like. I don't ever want to share my home with a man.
You could just look at this screenshot and tell that she's DEAD inside. And we all know how she got that way. Countless
Too many
pumping
dicks.
dumps by guys that were out of her league. Not only by guys named Chad, but guys named Rick, guys named Scott, guys named Braden, and the list goes on and on. Just think about it like this. This is a moderately attractive woman. There's no reason on God's green earth that she should have problems dating.
True.
But when you're dating...
While for men, they start to peak after their 30s, and their value only increases up until their 50s.
Guys, 100% true. I'm living it right now. I'm literally living it. After my divorce, my value has gone up drastically. I make more money. I look better. I work out. I take care of my skin. I take care of my looks. I take care of everything now. I do better. I make over 6 figures now, with this and you and my other jobs and stuff. You will be better as long as you keep working at it. Remember that grit I always talk about. It might take you till at least literally 35. I was not anywhere viable for most women until I was literally 35. 35, 36-ish. And now I'm 38. I'm almost 38. So I've only been viable for 2 years, guys. 2 years. It's okay. We got time. Does it suck? Sure. I would love to have kids younger. I would love to have a relationship younger, not get divorced and stuff like that. But shit happens. And it's okay to start a little later. It's okay to put your foot down a little later. I'm not saying you should do it later, but if you made mistakes in your past and you're still struggling now, it's okay. Just keep struggling and going forward. You will make it.
Most women can easily attract the attention of men of any age when they are in their 20s, but beyond the age of 30 to 35, when their appearance starts to deteriorate, the attention of teenagers, 20-somethings, and even men of their own age starts to fade as they start to focus on younger women instead. Many women believe that the men in their age groups don't treat them fairly. Women who are 35 years old question why guys their age don't want to date and marry them.
Being a single person, it's really hard to take care of myself after being with someone for so long and giving it your all. I know that I want to find someone's to share life with, but I'm at a point where I'm valuing myself, and I didn't put myself in this situation. I didn't choose to be where I am, and it's just like trying to get back on my feet to find the people that I can vibe with. I resonate with what she's saying. Like, the part that hit me most was doing it all on your own. Even though I don't have kids, I'm just here taking care of myself. It's hard as fuck. It's lonely. There's nothing more that I want to share life again with someone that will be there for me and appreciate me and value me.
You probably lost that girl once you got this freaking chest/neck tattoo. Like, the men that you really, really want, they already discounted this right here. Majority of them, at least.
No, it's fine. Thank you for being honest. A lot of women would not admit that. They would not. They would say, I'm strong and independent, and they'll fight it to the grave. Thank you for being honest and vulnerable.
The truth of the matter is that a 35-year-old man with a job, money, and a car can entice younger, more attractive women in their 20s.
Exactly.
Most men need a year or two to get to know a woman before becoming engaged and then getting married. As a result, if a guy marries a 35-year-old woman after going through this process, she won't give birth until she's 38,
Yep.
which will significantly reduce her odds of having children.
Reduces the odds of the child surviving, increases the odds of the child, having some kind of disease or being on the spectrum or something. It's just overall horrible. The chances of you dying while giving birth goes up. The risks are just high.
A woman in her early to mid-30s must begin considering men in their late 30s, 40s, and perhaps even 50s as potential suitors. Many women experience the second wall in their early to mid-40s.
The money.
And by that time, many have lost the capacity to entice even 20-year-old gentlemen who are only interested in physical intimacy. They typically begin gaining weight and enter menopause at that time.
True.
Asian and black women age more slowly than white women.
True.
Yet once they start to lose their beauty, many of them age rapidly.
Yes. I was going to say, I'm glad you mentioned this. Asian women, I guess black women are in the same boat. Yes, they'll look good until they're 50. But once they hit 50 and they start aging, oh my God, they become 60 instantly. But they look good until they're 50. But once they're 50 plus, they look like every other person, old and wrinkly.
In the space of a few years, a 38 or 39-year-old Asian lady may transform from looking like she's 29 or 32 to looking as if she's in her early 40s. I may not be seeing the wall that appeared 10 years before she turned 40 since I am a white dude. If I'm incorrect, do let me know.
You are slightly incorrect. It's usually about the late 40s and 50s is when Asian women really age. But I think they stay pretty good. I know a lot of 45-year-olds, even 50-year-old women, that they could pass for 27, 28, maybe even 30. They look that good. But they're starting to age already. From 51 to 52, you can see the big difference already.
This is simply my observation, and I'd be interested in learning more about this specific issue. Women often mature earlier than men do when they are teenagers, because they have historically had the reproductive advantage when it comes to passing on their genes.
Correct.
This is because, especially at times in our history when resources were scarce, the earlier women mature, the higher the prospects are for the survival of our species. They will, however, wither earlier as well, because they flower earlier. Men with money and resources are more likely to attract women, and smart men who put out the effort and save money will only become more alluring to women over time. Men, on the other hand, are drawn to women because of their capacity for reproduction. The aging process can be compared to a game of poker full of deception and different types of misdirection where both sides are involved. For example, if a man and a woman were playing poker in their early 20s, the man starts with 1 chip and the woman has 90. But by the time they are 35, he has 85 of those chips and she has only 6. Your financial resources have a significant impact on your status and alternatives in real life, just like in poker. More women than men that I am aware of wasted their money rather than saved it when they were young. They would go on trips, purchase shoes.
Oh my gosh, the trip things, guys. Women are just on this trip vacation. I have to go on 3 vacations a year, 4 vacations a year, 4 trips a year. I gotta go to concerts every other weekend. Blows my fucking mind how much money people spend, young women spend nowadays.
Have supper out a couple of times a week, and hang out a lot with their pals. When they are in their mid-30s, they would also spend a lot of money on makeup and cab fare.
Yep.
I've come across women who are deeply indebted from credit card debt and student loans, and are searching for a wealthy man to bail them out.
The whole cab fare thing. I don't even take Ubers. I drive everywhere. Why? Because I don't want to pay for an Uber. I don't drink anyways, so I even save my friends Uber fees because I'm the designated driver for them. We'll go out to wherever, some restaurant, they drink, they have their good time. I maybe drink 1 drink and then get to go home. I get to park, I get to do everything. I just love the convenience of my car. I guess because I grew up in California and I'm such a Californian, I have to have my car. I hate having to, wait for other people and rides or, whatever it is. If I want to leave, I want to be able to leave right away. I'm one of those guys that show up to the party, and as soon as I get to the party and I eat, and I'm like, all right, how do I make an excuse to leave this party now after I ate? That's me.
Numerous women I know have openly admitted to me that they are looking for a sugar daddy to assist them in paying off their debts. For women, the aging wall can be a huge psychological blow. Men age considerably more slowly than women do, and once they are in their mid to late 30s, they are more willing to date a variety of 20-something women. My single friends hold the majority of the cards and poker chips in the new dating game, but since I recently made many of them aware of men going their own way, they are giving up the game and focusing on finding their own happiness. So, the issue is not
My man!
whether it is fair or unfair for women to mature early and reach their SMV saturation point in their 30s. Rather, in my opinion, the issue is how rarely women are open to the reality that is in front of them. Women are now realizing that life is not what feminism made it out to be.
Nope.
What family was made out to be. They changed all the rules and have effectively killed any chance of actual happiness.
For themselves, at
Life
least.
takes away opportunities when you make choices. You cannot have it all. Now women are reaping the consequences of what they've done. Contrary to what they frequently claim, it is safe to state that women are just not prepared to face the wall. What exactly is the wall? It isn't a physical or actual wall. It's actually a moment when a lady has passed her prime age, and SMV. Thanks for watching Man Reacts.
Shout outs to Man Reacts. No, I agree. Black skin and Asian skin, we just age slowly. We age slowly to a certain point. Once we hit a certain point, all of our, I guess, collagen and all that stuff really diminishes immediately. So please extra them below. I really appreciate that. And catch you guys next time. Ciao.